Alrighty boys, welcome back to another step-by-step video. To get us started in today's video, we're going to be showing you guys on nitrous how you guys can do over on border. We're going to be doing it for the AC window, the window outside of Archives here. I like to do this nitro by lining myself up with the desk here, and then basically I just wait for the enemy team to make a little bit of audio, like a drone or tossing a flashbang or something, and then I toss my nitrous out to get myself a free kill. And then getting us started into our first clip here, we're going to be over on Night Haven. We're going to be playing mute. We're going to be denying electrical. Now I think electrical is probably best played with like Warden or mute. I think it's either Warden, Mute, Legion, or somebody else with like shotgun basically. The idea is that you want a shotgun. Ideally you would also want a C4 if possible. But for this specific round, the idea that we're going for is, and the reason why we want a nitro cell is because we want a nitro outside of the window. Now, there is going to be a nitro cell that you guys are going to be able to do where you toss it over like the machinery right here for it to land directly outside of the window to get yourself another free kill. We're in a nice 3v4 position. For context, as a person fighting my Aruni on pillar here for connector, there's one guy fighting my Cade for IT, and then there's going to be one guy outside of my window. He's going to nade me out here, and then my teammate's going to die, so we're going to go ahead and have to get aggressive here to kill the guy outside of my window. Now, my Aruni actually drops the hatch in this position, which actually lets my Cade die, so the one guy that's important here is the connector guy, because obviously he's going to look for me if I ignore him, so I go ahead and swing aggressively with my shotgun. Luckily, I end up killing him. My teammate calls out to this one guy on IT doorway. This is the guy that the Cade was watching, but he didn't end up being able to watch him because of the fact that my Rooney gave up pillar control, so my Cade died for free, which allowed that IT guy to push up. But luckily my teammate gives me a call out for it, and then we're able to get the free kill on him. And now we're in a nice 1v1 position. Now we are against a Dokkaebi in this position. Now honestly, I don't know about you guys, but I don't want to get flashed out while I'm sitting on pillar. So I'm going to go ahead and just swing aggressively here, and I'm going to end up actually catching him on the head holes here to secure the round. But right there, if I basically sit on pillar, what's going to end up happening is Dokkaebi's just going to flashbang me out, and then he's going to walk up on me with the SMG-12, and I'm going to lose the round. I'm on 40 HP. He hits me twice with the fastest gun in the game and kills me for free, and there's not really much I can do about it. So the only logical play in my head and that position that I can make right there is that I have to get aggressive and get the kill before he's able to kill me, basically. Now, next up, we're going to be over on Skyscraper here. Now, typically with Skyscraper, if I'm denying the bedroom bomb site, this is round 3, by the way, so we're denying the bedroom bomb site. I like to go upstairs with mute. I like to put my mute chambers on like the drone holes, the window, stuff like that, like the doorways around me, basically. And then I like to leave the hatch soft. I like to reinforce everything. And then basically, if I need to rotate out or go back to site, I just pop the hatch, drop it into site, and we're in good shape. That's basically my idea. But I like to deny vertical always because it's very difficult to get rid of people that play inside of exhibition or play inside of office, around the minibar. It's very difficult to get rid of them without actually bringing like a hard breach of some nature. You're going to see here my team is going to start slowly dying around the map, and then that's going to actually trigger this guy that's outside of my window right here to just go ahead and hop on in, and we're going to basically shotgun him down. We're going to also get diffuser in this position, but the fact that I have diffuser means that the enemy team is very likely to try to walk around and try to basically get a pincer on me now at this point. Basically what that means is that I now have to deny the pincer, which means that I have to get aggressive on this terrorist guy that's playing for me, and I'm going to go ahead and kill him right there. And then in this position, the last two guys, they basically killed the people that were inside a site, right? So logically it makes sense for them to go outside the window in this position, which is what they end up doing. I almost get wallbanged here. I get put to 2 HP, but I still have diffuser here, so I'm going ahead and checking my terrace doorway. I'm checking my top house. For some reason the other guy in this position is not walking up my top house. He's not pushing my terrace. They're just outside my windows position, so we're going to go ahead and just whip out our shotgun. We're going to play for the hop-in swing, and we get ourselves another free kill. The last guy in this position is going to end up being over by the terrace doorway. We're going to go ahead and just rotate downstairs. We're going to rotate back into site now, because if I rotate back into site, then now I can play the shotgun, and it's going to be all good from there. I can basically just play time from this position. It is a little bit awkward to play time in this position in this specific bomb site because of how open it is, basically. Like, look at all these like rotates, look at the doorways, we got the window. The last guy in this position is actually outside of the window. This is one of those moments where I basically have to put shots on him. I don't have to kill him, I just have to put shots in his general direction so I burn a little bit of time, because if I don't shoot at all, he's basically able to just jump in for free and get a free kill into me, and there's not really much that I can do about it. So I have to put some shots down to basically scare him. He ends up rotating delivery. I end up getting audio of it. He rotates to lobby, so I rotate into service. He tries to go for a plant inside a bedroom, which is a mistake because now I can go ahead and swing in with a shotgun to secure the round. He ends up just getting off to the fuser, but we go ahead and take those and secure the round right there. Oh, by the way, something that I made a slight blunder saying right there is that I said I rotated into service. I mean delivery in that context. Sometimes, a lot of times, a lot of people, what they do, especially on Siege, is like they'll name delivery and service like a lot for like those type of like areas of the map. I don't really know like why, but yeah, I don't know. Service or delivery, it's pretty much the same thing in this context. Next up, we're going to be over on Canal here. Now, I like to play mute. I like to usually hang around Trench because obviously then I can use my shotgun. I have my SMG-11 for anybody who tries to walk down main. Now, there is going to be a guy that is going to actually end up walking down main. I honestly kind of hate that this was even possible because of look at how many roamers we actually have. We have like one person across the map. We have another guy over by like Skybridge, but this guy's walking down white stairs, which is kind of weird. Kind of defeats the purpose of like roaming in the first place if we're not like denying little stuff like that, but it's all good. We ended up getting the kill onto him because we ended up able to walk back and forth for the bomb site here, and we go ahead and get ourselves a free kill. Now that's something that I do like doing though. I do like going like back and forth between Trench and Scuba because basically you know how like a lot of people don't really like to bunker in this game, so I usually will be like the guy that'll go back and forth to make sure there's no like rush play basically. And basically what ends up happening here is my entire team decides to just rotate upstairs. So I go ahead and just toss a nitro cell up in my prediction of where somebody would be if they were to basically be sandwiched by my Valk and my Warden in that position, which would have to be Printer. So that's why I toss my nitro cell there to get myself an easy kill. And then the last guy in this position, he's going to end up actually being over by the white stairs. So I'm like, okay, you know what? At this point, I might as well just walk up with the rest of my team. I'm going to swing aggressively with my shotgun and secure the round right there. I think that's pretty fair to do, by the way, guys. Like, if your whole team is just roaming and doing their own thing, I think it's totally fair for you as, like, a site player to come off a site and then potentially go for the kill if your whole team is basically doing the same thing. I don't think you should ever let somebody tell you that you have to like be a site player, you know what I mean? That you have to be an anchor, you have to play safe. Meanwhile, they're being the type where they're playing super aggro, you know what I mean? Like, I feel like you should never take that from anybody, to be honest, because that's kind of wild work for people to play like as free as they want, and then you're over here playing the bomb site and not getting any recognition for that. Right here, this is a nice little angle that you guys can use on Rappel to peek into archives that a lot of people don't really know about. You can also go ahead and do some pre-fire shots through 90 to potentially get yourself some wall bangs. I actually haven't really gotten many wall bangs for 90 before, but I do think there is a potential for like a 90 wall bang if nobody ends up reinforcing it. And as well as I do think that somebody should be holding for 90 because it's one of those positions where people like to like high traffic it. Now in this specific round, somebody jumps out of the office window. One of my teammates is on east. He ends up dying to the jump out, and then another one of my teammates on the east gets off drone to swing aggressively for that guy on the window, and he ends up getting TK'd by me because I end up going for the kill. And yeah, it's unfortunate, but it's how it goes. And then in this position here, like obviously the enemy team is gonna think we're confused at this point, so one guy's gonna try to peek us for the double door here, so we get ourselves a free kill, and then we're going to take advantage of the chaos here. We're going to go ahead and jump into office window, kill a Capcan. There's going to actually be a shield on top of the hatch in this position. I'm just going to go ahead and nade the corner of the shield so that way he floods out of that position instead of dropping the hatch, and get myself another free kill. And now we're in a nice 1v1 position. Unfortunately, I got traded out, but my teammate's going to go ahead and follow up to secure the round right here. Basically, what I wanted to show right there, guys, is that I basically splash damage out the shield right there. That was basically my intention, was to splash damage the shield to basically control where the Tachanka is going to run in that position. By the way, Tachanka on border is actually a fantastic operator. I know it looked kind of confusing why that guy's playing a shield right there, and I do agree that the shield is like kind of in like a weird spot, but I do think the idea of playing Tachanka for archives is actually a really solid idea for denying rush plants. Which, you know, we didn't really do, but you know what I mean? It can be a good idea. Now, in this specific round, we're going to be over on Villa here. Now, for this specific round, this is like kind of weird how this round plays out. I'm the type of player where I like to play for crucial space. So you're going to see right here, my idea was to play inside a statue, but there's already two of my teammates in statue. So I'm like, okay, I'm going to go play over by bathroom here and Astro. And I'm going to end up seeing that nobody's playing like trophy in this position. So there's a gap trophy. My Jaeger's going to rotate up Astro stairs. So I'm like, okay, I'm going to leave this to him. And I'm going to go play trophy. There's going to be a Monty that's going to be in my board double in this position. We basically have to kill this Monty or else they're going to be able to just walk into trophy in this position and make some kind of execute. So something that I'm going to do at this point is I'm going to go ahead and just drop the hatch in this position, or drop the railing, I guess, and then we're going to go and place a nitro down below to try to kill the Monty. One of my teammates is going to call out that I injured a Monty in this position, so I'm going to go ahead and re-peek up the hatch or through the C4 hole that I made to try to see if I can basically floor bang this guy to finish him off. Unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to do that, and they're going to go ahead and get their res. They're also going to Doki V call in this position, so I'm going to be worried about someone potentially flanking me. And then one of my teammates is going to go ahead and kill the Monty. I'm not going to get the kill for some reason. I assume he got picked up and then my teammate swung to get the kill. So I'm like, okay, now I'm going to go ahead and rotate bottom Astro here. I'm going to walk up Astro. And basically at this point, I need to basically deny trophy. And basically, I need to play Astro Rotate, basically, with Shotgun, and this is going to basically allow me to basically shut down this portion of the map. The only real way for the enemy team to actually get rid of me in this position is to basically have one guy come over to plant instead of trophy, the other guy to cover cross, and then ideally they'd want to have somebody walk up Astro. Now, what the enemy team is going to end up doing in this position is they're going to actually have somebody walk up Astro a little bit too early. They're going to flashbang out for my trophy rotate here. Ash is going to end up killing one of my teammates on Astro stairs here, so I'm like, okay, I have to kill Ash in this position or else I'm going to get pincered. So I walk back to go ahead and kill Ash first. They go for a plant on my reinforced wall in this position, so I swing aggressively to get myself an easy kill on him. The cover guy has to now walk up. That was playing inside a trophy or boar, so we kill him. Last guy in this position is going to be Statue. He's going to go ahead and bait, and we secure the round. But anyway, guys, hope you guys enjoyed. Please make sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace!